The last time you got angry, you chose it. Every single time you've lost your temper, exploded at someone, or let frustration consume you, you chose it. I know that sounds insane, because in the moment, it feels like they made you angry, like you had no choice, like your anger was justified, automatic, unavoidable. But what if I told you that's the biggest lie your brain has ever sold you? Here's what nobody wants to admit. Every time you react in anger, you're giving away your power. You're letting someone else's words, someone else's actions, someone else's stupidity control your emotional state, and it's costing you everything. Your relationships are suffering because people walk on eggshells around you. Your career is stalling because you can't control your reactions in high-pressure situations. Your peace of mind is non-existent because you're constantly triggered by things you can't control. Worse, you're training yourself to be more reactive, not less. Every angry outburst is practice. Every time you snap, you're strengthening that neural pathway. You're literally becoming someone who can't handle life without losing control. Marcus Aurelius ruled the Roman Empire during constant war, political betrayal, and plague. He had more reasons to be angry than almost anyone in history. Yet he wrote, "How much more harmful are the consequences of anger than the circumstances that aroused it?" Epictetus was beaten as a slave, literally tortured, and became one of the most emotionally free men who ever lived. The Stoics mastered something that most people never learn: complete emotional control. Not suppression, not fake positivity, actual mastery. And here at Stoic Pathway, we've broken down their exact methods into practical steps that work in the real world. In traffic, in arguments, in meetings, in every situation where you're about to lose it. But here's where the Stoics completely flipped conventional wisdom. They didn't manage anger. They eliminated the conditions that create it in the first place. Most anger management teaches you to calm down after you're already angry. That's like learning to bail water out of a boat instead of fixing the hole. The Stoics, they fixed the hole. In this video, I'm going to share 6 Stoic principles that will fundamentally change how you experience anger. Not tips to manage it better. Actual frameworks that will make you virtually impossible to upset. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why you get angry, how to stop it before it starts, and how to become the kind of person who simply doesn't lose control anymore. If you're ready to take back your power, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We drop videos every week that cut through the self-help fluff and give you ancient wisdom that actually transforms your life. Let's dive in. And we need to start with the most uncomfortable truth of all, the real source of your anger. Principle number 1. Your anger is not caused by them. This is the hardest pill to swallow, but it's also the most liberating. Last year, someone cut me off in traffic. I laid on the horn, cursed them out, and stayed furious for the next 20 minutes. Ruined my whole morning. A week later, same thing happened, but this time I'd just gotten incredible news. A project I'd been working on for months had succeeded. Someone cut me off, and I barely noticed. I actually laughed about it. Same action. 2 completely different reactions. That's when it hit me. They didn't cause my anger. My interpretation did. Epictetus said, "It's not things that upset us, but our judgments about things." That person who made you angry, they just did a thing. They spoke words, they made a decision, they took an action. Those are just facts, neutral events in the universe. Your anger came from the story you told yourself about what it meant. They disrespected me. They're incompetent. They did this on purpose. Here's the twist. If external events caused anger, everyone would react the same way to the same situation. But they don't. Someone insults you. One person laughs it off. Another person seethes for hours. Another person doesn't even notice. Same insult. Different interpretations, different results. Next time you feel anger rising, pause and ask, what story am I telling myself about this situation? Then ask, is this story absolutely true, or is it one possible interpretation? That gap between what happened and what you're making it mean, that's where your power lives. But knowing anger is your interpretation isn't enough, because in the heat of the moment, you still react. And that brings us to principle 2. Principle number 2. You lose power when you react fast. 3 months ago, I got an email that made my blood boil. A client was blaming me for something that wasn't my fault, using accusatory language, basically calling me incompetent. I immediately typed out a response. It was perfect, logical, defensive, letting them know exactly how wrong they were. My finger hovered over send. Then I remembered what Seneca wrote about anger, and I saved it as a draft instead. The next morning I read that email again. It was terrible. Defensive, petty, emotional. I deleted it and wrote something completely different. Calm, professional, solution-focused. The situation resolved in 2 days. If I'd sent that first email, it would have exploded into a nightmare. Seneca said, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." When you react immediately, you're not thinking, you're being controlled by emotion. Your prefrontal cortex, the rational part of your brain, is offline. Your amygdala, the primitive emotional center, is driving. That's not you at your best, that's you at your weakest. Here's what nobody tells you. The person who stays calm has all the power in any interaction. When someone tries to provoke you and you react instantly, they win. They've controlled you. They pushed a button and you performed exactly as programmed. But when you pause, when you create space between stimulus and response, you take back control. Practice the 10-second rule. When something triggers you, count to 10 before responding. If it's an email or text, wait an hour or until the next day. Ask yourself, will reacting right now give me the outcome I want or just make me feel temporarily satisfied? But even with delay, you'll still feel that pull to react if you're too attached to outcomes, which is exactly what Principle 3 addresses. Principle number 3, detach from people's behavior. I used to have a colleague who was chronically late to meetings. Every single time, I'd get progressively more frustrated. How hard is it to be on time? This is so disrespectful. Why does he keep doing this? I'd stew about it, complain to others, let it ruin my entire day. Then someone asked me a simple question. Has your anger changed his behavior? No, not even once. So you're choosing to suffer over something you can't control? Ouch. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been." People are going to do what they're going to do. They'll be late, rude, selfish, incompetent, dishonest. You have zero control over that, but you have complete control over whether you let their behavior disturb your peace. Here's the twist. Attachment is the root of anger. You get angry when reality doesn't match your expectations. You expect people to be considerate, competent, honest. When they're not, you suffer. But what if you stopped expecting anything? What if you just observed people's behavior without attaching stories about what it means or what they should do? Think about watching a toddler throw a tantrum. You don't get angry at them. Why? Because you don't expect different behavior. You understand that's just what toddlers do. What if you looked at adults the same way? Not with condescension, but with detachment. Oh, this person is being rude. That's interesting. That's their pattern. No anger, just observation. When someone's behavior triggers you, remind yourself, this is who they are right now. My anger won't change them. Do I want to suffer over this? Then decide your response based on what serves you, not what feels satisfying in the moment. But sometimes anger catches you completely off guard. You weren't prepared for it, or were you? That's what Principle 4 reveals. Principle number 4, anger is a failure of preparation. This one changed everything for me. I used to get absolutely furious in traffic. Someone would drive slow in the fast lane and I'd lose it. Are you kidding me? How did you even get a license? Then I read something Marcus Aurelius wrote. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. Wait, he prepared for people to be difficult? So I tried it. Before getting in my car, I'd think, someone will probably cut me off today. Someone will drive slowly. Someone will do something stupid. And when it happened, no anger, just, yep, there it is. Called it. The Stoics practiced something called premeditatio malorum, negative visualization. They mentally rehearsed obstacles before they happened. Not to be pessimistic, but to be prepared. When you expect things to go wrong, you're not shocked when they do. When you're not shocked, You don't react emotionally. Here's the counterintuitive truth. Expecting the worst doesn't make you negative. It makes you unshakable. Most people go through life expecting things to be easy, people to be reasonable, and situations to go smoothly. Then when reality hits, they're blindsided. You're ready. Every morning, spend 2 minutes visualizing potential frustrations. That meeting might run long. Someone might criticize your work. Traffic might be terrible. Your family might be difficult. Tell yourself, if this happens, I won't be surprised. I'll handle it calmly. Athletes visualize themselves missing shots so they're prepared when it happens. Navy SEALs rehearse worst-case scenarios. Why? Because preparation eliminates panic. But even when you're prepared, there's still one response that's more powerful than anything you could say. And most people never use it. Principle number 5. Silence is often the strongest response. 6 months ago, someone publicly criticized my work in a meeting. Everyone turned to look at me, waiting for my response. The old me would have defended myself immediately, explained why they were wrong, justified my decisions. Instead, I just looked at them, said nothing, let the silence sit. They kept talking, trying to fill the void, and the more they talked, the weaker their argument sounded. Within 2 minutes, they'd talked themselves into a corner. I never said a word, didn't need to. Cato the Younger, one of Rome's greatest Stoics, was famous for his silence. When attacked verbally, he would simply stand there, unmoved. His silence was more powerful than any rebuttal. Why? Because silence communicates complete confidence. When you rush to defend yourself, you're showing you're affected. When you argue back, you're playing their game. When you stay silent, you're showing their words have zero power over you. Here's what most people don't understand. Not every attack deserves a response. When you respond to every provocation, you're teaching people they can control you. Push this button, get this reaction. But when you respond with silence, you become unpredictable, uncontrollable, powerful. Think about someone trying to start an argument with you. They throw out bait, an insult, an accusation, a provocation. You can take the bait and engage, giving them exactly what they want, or you can just not. Silence. A calm look. Then move on. Watch how much power that has. Next time someone tries to provoke you, try this. Pause, take a breath, and ask yourself, does this deserve my energy? If not, say nothing. Let your silence speak. But here's the final truth, the one that ties everything together. Your anger isn't something that just happens to you. You're actively training it. Nothing, and that's principle 6. Principle number 6, you train your anger or your discipline. This is the principle that makes everything else possible or impossible. A year ago, I tracked something disturbing. I counted how many times I got angry in a week. Monday, lost my temper twice. Tuesday, 3 times. By Friday, I'd had 7 angry reactions. Then I realized I wasn't just having anger, I was practicing it. Every time I snapped at someone in traffic, I was training that response. Every time I let frustration control me, I was strengthening that neural pathway. Every outburst was a repetition in the gym of anger. I was literally making myself more reactive with every incident. Epictetus said, every habit and capability is maintained and increased by the corresponding actions. Walking makes you better at walking. Running makes you better at running. The same applies to anger. Every time you react in anger, you're getting better at being angry. You're training yourself to lose control. But here's the powerful part. Every time you choose discipline over reaction, you're training that instead. Most people think they have an anger problem. They don't. They have a training problem. You don't have a naturally short temper. You've just practiced losing control more than you've practiced staying calm. The good news? You can retrain yourself. Start counting. Every time something triggers you and you don't react, mark it down. You're training discipline. Every pause before responding, that's a rep. Every moment you choose observation over judgment, that's a rep. Every time you stay silent instead of snapping back, that's a rep. Within weeks, you'll notice, staying calm becomes easier. Because you've been practicing it, you become what you practice. Practice anger, become angry. Practice discipline, become disciplined. So what does all of this mean for your life right now? Conclusion. Let's bring this home. You now have 6 Stoic principles that can eliminate anger from your life. 1. Your anger is not caused by them. It's caused by your interpretation of what they did. 2. You lose power when you react fast. Delay gives you back control. 3. Detach from people's behavior. Their actions don't have to disturb your peace. 4. Anger is a failure of preparation. Expect obstacles, and you won't be shocked by them. 5. Silence is often the strongest response. Not every provocation deserves your energy. 6. You train your anger or your discipline. Every reaction is practice for the next one. Here's the truth that changes everything. You're not trying to suppress anger. You're removing the conditions that create it. When you understand that your anger comes from interpretation, when you create space before reacting, when you detach from expectations, when you prepare for difficulty, when you choose strategic silence, and when you train discipline instead of reaction, anger simply has nowhere to live. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire and never lost control. Not because he suppressed his emotions, but because he mastered the principles you just learned. You can do the same. Here's your challenge. For the next 7 days, pick one of these principles and practice it religiously. Just one. Maybe you'll pause 10 seconds before every response. Maybe you'll prepare each morning for potential frustrations. Maybe you'll practice silence when provoked. Track it. Count your wins. Watch yourself transform. If this video gave you a new perspective on anger, smash that like button and subscribe to Stoic Pathway. We're building a community of people who refuse to be controlled by their emotions. Comment below, which principle hit hardest for you? What's the one thing you're going to practice this week? Remember, anger is a choice, and so is peace. You've been choosing unconsciously. Now you get to choose deliberately. Thanks for watching. Now go become someone who can't be shaken. See you in the next one.